everyone, welcome back to my channel and my 2025 Christmas crafting series. So today is day 11 and we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to be putting together a large gift basket for a recipient in our family gift exchange. I'm very excited to show you not only what is going to be going into the basket, but also how I'm going to be styling that. So without further ado, let's head down to the craft table and get this put together. All right, here we are a few days before Christmas. I'm going to be putting together a gift basket for one of my siblings. So I am the oldest of 5. All of us are, we all have a spouse and children. So for us to give everybody a gift, it would be extremely expensive and the gifts would definitely be less meaningful. So what we decided to do several years back is to list out everybody on a list, then match them up with a sibling, and every year we just rotate through the list as to who we are giving a gift to. And a lot of times we will choose a yearly theme as well as a max price point. And it's really a lot of fun. It allows us to be creative and gift things that are meaningful without being way too expensive to where nobody could afford anything. So this year, I have one of my siblings, obviously, and I decided to create a gift basket. Now, my daughter would call this a burr basket, but anyway, we are going to put together a gift basket. Before we do that, I'm going to show you what I'm putting in the basket, and then I'm going to show you how we're going to style the basket. Some of the items in this basket are from previous videos in this series, and some are ones that I have not filmed. So let's go ahead and see what's in the basket. Okay, so the first and main thing is this large, beautiful blanket. I got this from Hobby Lobby. It did come wrapped with this ribbon. It's beautiful and it is the softest. It's almost like a chenille, and I didn't want to take it apart to find out what it's made out of, but it's just gorgeous. I just absolutely love it. Okay, so this is just gorgeous. I absolutely love it, and I think it's going to be perfect as the main centerpiece of the basket. The next thing that we're going to put in the basket, you've actually already seen these. Those are these pillowcases that we made earlier in the series with the glitter HTV. So what I did is I rolled them up and I grabbed some gold ribbon and I just tied a simple little bow around the ribbon. I just tied a simple little bow around the pillowcase, and then these will go in the basket as well. The next thing that I'm going to put in the basket is this plate. Now you have also seen this before on this series. So this is the Treats for Santa plate, and I thought that would be nice to put in there. It's red and white, and it really kind of turned out to be a red and white theme, but I didn't plan that. And then in keeping with this plate here, I have a bag of cookie mix, and I actually might get one more. I'm not real sure. May just go with that one. And then this has been in my completed gift stash. I just never actually ended up using it. So this says it's not Christmas without cookies. And this is just HTV vinyl on an oven mitt. And then I've got a brand new spatula. I've got a small spatula. And then I've got this super cute one with a wooden handle. And this also came from Hobby Lobby. So very excited about putting all this together. Another thing that I have are some games. So we have this Flip 7. It is the Grinch version. Everything looks all Christmassy and fun. And my husband and I actually have this game, like the regular version. So this one is the same. It's just a Christmas version. And how cute is that? Really love it. It's for ages 8+, and you can have 3 or more players. And it takes probably about 20-30 minutes to learn it. But I really like this game. It's super fun. The other game that I have is this Collector's 10 Uno No Mercy, and inside is the Uno game and of course the instructions. This one here, wow, if you haven't played this, this is intense. If you're very competitive, it's perfect for you and your competitive friends and family. If you're a little more sensitive, I would say make sure that you drink a huge mug of hot cocoa and some chocolate to kind of sweeten the deal, because there is no mercy in this game. But it is so fun. And once you get the hang of a strategy, you can actually totally annihilate the other players. I love it. Okay, next, and almost in keeping with the cozy theme over here, is I just have a wonderfully scented, it's vanilla butter cookies. This is just a candle that I picked up. I believe I got this one at Michael's, and it would be great if you could smell it. Oh, it just smells like you're making cookies. I just love it. So I thought that would be fun to include in here. And finally, I made a trio of mugs. So I'll show you what I'm doing with those. Let me take this paper out. Okay, so my nephew absolutely loves corgis. So I put together this corgi mug for him. Super, super cute. And he's not a huge cocoa drinker, but he could still use this for any beverage that he so desires that day. And it's just a bunch of fun corgi images. I love that. But inside his, I will be placing some hot cocoa mix. For my sister and her main squeeze, I have some camping mugs, right? So these are sublimation, and I believe I got these images off of Creative Fabrica or Design Bundles. I can't remember, but I will link them down below. These are beautiful. So they love to go camping as a family, and this is just fun. Now, what I did do is, you can see here, I have the topographical map. So I think I got this out of Cricut Design Space, and I'll list that information below as well. But I use this as the backdrop, and then I put the image on both sides of the mug. So that was super fun. And I did print these images on my sublimation printer, just so you know. So I did the same thing here, the topographical map, and then I have the camping mode. So I absolutely love these. Now for my sister, I'm going to be including a bag of coffee, but more importantly, I'm going to include a couple of minis of Fireball and a couple minis of the Baileys. So I thought this would be fun for them to just kind of zhuzh up their coffee, especially on a cold camping trip, because it is cold up here. And if they go camping in the winter, they're going to need something to make them a little bit warmer. So I'll just be placing those here inside the mugs, just like that. All right, so let me move these items out of the way, and then we're going to go ahead and style the basket. Okay, so I have this very large basket here, and I want to say this basket came from Target, okay? And I like it because it's clear, it's like opaque clear, so it would match anybody's decor theme. Then I got 2 of the large basket bags that you would use to enclose a basket from the Dollar Tree, and they were just shy of being perfect size. So I actually cut up one of the seams, and then I have doubled it. So like this is one bag right here. And then this is the other bag. Okay, so they're just kind of nested around each other and around the basket. And once I tie it all together with the ribbon, I don't think anybody will really know that I had to use 2 bags for this. Okay, so the very first thing I'm going to put in here is the gorgeous blanket. That's going to be first. Next, I'm going to go ahead and add the candle. I'm going to tuck the games over here on this side, like that. Okay, I am going to put the plate right here, but before I do the plate, I'm actually going to snip off just the price point of the blanket. I just think it's regardless of how expensive or inexpensive a gift is, I just find it good taste to take the tags off. So now we'll put the plate in here, just like so. Then I have the oven mitt. So with the oven mitt, I am going to be placing the spatula, or the large spatula, and then the small mixing spatulas in here, just like that. And then I'm going to take the cookie mix and just place that in there, just like so. And then we are going to then grab the mugs. So for each mug, I have the little bag that came in the box. I'm going to just rewrap these, and I'm going to stick them back in the bubble wrap just to protect them. Okay, just like that. And then these will just go down here in this corner. And then I'll adjust things as needed. Okay, so here's one of the camping mugs. All right, and then we'll have our other camping mug. All right, and then I will place the coffee right in here. And then I'll have these three just like that. Okay, so now that the basket is full and styled, I'm going to go ahead and get my ribbon. Okay, so as you can see, this is a little bit too tall. So I think I'm going to take the blanket and lay it where it's horizontal. Instead of that it's up like this, I'll just lay it like that. And then I'll be able to probably close this up nice and pretty. So it is still going to be rather a tight fit, and then I'll have to tuck this corner of the bag in on itself and use some transparent tape to make that happen. But I think then that the ribbon will cover all of that up and it'll look so festive. All right, so I've gathered all of the cellophane, and I'm going to take a very long piece of transparent tape, and I'm just going to go around, pulling as I go, and using that kind of like a tie, if I had a tie that was handy. Okay, and I think I'll just go ahead and do a little bit more for good measure. All right, then I'm going to kind of clean up some of these little edges here. We don't want them too scraggly. There we go. That looks so much better. And then I am going to take another piece of transparent tape, and over here, ever so discreetly, I am going to just kind of tape that down to itself. Okay, and that way it's definitely not like a hole that's going to be gaping. Okay, then I'm going to take the last of this little bit of ribbon that I had on this one roll. I'm going to tie it here. Okay, and I'll go ahead and do a double knot. Okay, and then those tails will be able to hang down. Okay, now I have this very large ribbon, so it's about 2 inches wide, and there is a wire on the edge, so it makes it pretty nice. So here's what I'm going to do. The first thing is I'm just going to kind of make some loops onto itself. So like there's a loop here and a loop here. And then now we have 2 loops and 2 loops. Okay, so then I will cut this off, And this is going to be the large ribbony part of my bow. Okay, so I'll hold on to that for a moment. All right, next I'm going to take this strand here. Okay, this is going to come around the back, and I'm just going to tie this on, and I'm going to bring the gold up over that. Okay, and then I have these gold ribbons hanging down. Okay, the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of just squish this together like that. All right. And I'm going to use this ribbon to tie that on there. Okay, so I've got all this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these ends and I'm going to start pulling them apart, and I'm going to fluff this bow. All right, so now that my bow is nice and fluffy, I'm going to take my scissors and I'm just going to trim the ends of all of my ribbons, and I'm just going to go at an angle. There's 2, and then you could fishtail them if you wanted to. Here, I'll do 3, 4. Actually, this one needs to be fixed just slightly. Okay. And then what I mean by fishtailing, instead of just going diagonal, you can take your ribbon, you can fold it in half, okay? And then from the outer, what is going to be the outer corner to the middle of the ribbon, you just do a diagonal. Okay, so you could go like that, and then your ribbon has that nice fishtail. Okay, there's one. Now this one, we definitely want to take off some of this ribbon, and then we can go ahead and fishtail this one. So again, I'm going to fold it over, and then from the middle, so from the middle of the ribbon to the outer, you want to go diagonally down toward the outer. We got a nice fishtail there. All right, so there we go. Now that's all that's left is when I take this downstairs, I'll be putting a tag on it, and this will be a really nice and albeit heavy gift, but it'll be just a fun gift for the family. All right, well, thanks again for hanging out with me today. Definitely appreciate you. Hopefully, if you need a last minute gift, that this is something that might appeal to you and inspire you to grab a basket, throw some favorite things inside, wrap it up with some cellophane and a beautiful bow, and voila, you have an amazing, beautiful present to give to anyone. If you did like this video, don't forget to give it a like, and let me know down in the comments, like, what would you put in a basket like this? If you're not subscribed, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. And I hope you'll join me again for future videos here on the channel. So until I see you in the next card or craft, as always, have an amazing day and happy crafting.
Thank you all so much for watching today. I'm so glad that you can join me at my craft table. If you're not already, I'd love to have you as a subscriber, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. That way you'll know when new videos arrive. Have a great day, and as always, happy crafting.